Welcome back to Notable Anecdotal. I feel like enough things have happened that I would like to talk to you on some real shit. This country has never had such a predicament. One president getting impeached twice during their first term. And to not be reelected for a second. It's statistically an anomaly when it comes to the democracy of this United States. It does not play out that way. You think something like that would be enough of an indication to the Trump supporters that perhaps they're supporting not only an unconventional president, but an unfit president. I mean, I understand you want to call it a witch hunt, and if you're living under that facade of being a cultist in today's political spectrum, then yes. You might accept the fact that everything Trump says is true. But, as a human fucking being, as a grown-ass individual, I would expect a majority of people to have some fucking common sense. When I listen to Trump, it is not hard for me to see past his veneer, past his film of hypocrisy. Now, I could talk till I'm blue in the face, but the truth is, no amount of factual evidence will ever point his supporters to the contrary, that he is in fact a sociopathic wannabe dictator. Every time the man is approached with a criticism, he immediately shuts the door and turns them away and denounces them and calls them fake news. This is oddly similar to the way that Christians behave when you try to interrogate them or debate them. There's a certain threshold that once you break that threshold, it's almost as if a switch or a fuse inside of their brain exploded, therefore making it impossible for them to further any dialogue with you in a meaningful way. Now, let's say you get one of these people with these tendencies. They are simply going to shut you down and walk away. How do you combat this? Well, honestly, don't talk to people like them in the first place. The way I see it, there's, billions of people on this planet. If they're against your views, fuck them. Move on to the next one. But let's say you want to be a little funny. Let's say you want to be a little troll, right? Pursue them on things you know to be false. Pursue them on things, catch them up, get them mad, raise their blood pressure, because these people deserve unease. These people do not deserve our sympathies. Hillary Clinton called them deplorables, and she took a lot of flack for that shit, but let's face it, they are fucking deplorable. Every time I talk to a Trump supporter, they want to talk about his accomplishments. And what do they say? They talk in platitudes. They talk in nonsense. They say that he's good for the economy, that he did, I don't know. He's good for the stock market. He's good for this. But honestly, the man has done less than any other president, possibly even less than Jimmy Carter. I mean, he's considered one of the most inept presidents of all time, and Trump is pale in comparison. Look at the fucking guy. Not only is he a fucking absolute clown who has done nothing this whole administration, but every time he tries to get something done where he actually puts his forethought into it, he fails pathetically. And he has the gall or the ego or the low self-esteem to somehow turn his failure into an accomplishment. Like every failure he commits somehow furthers the Republicans' cause. He'll blame his failures on the Democrats, and once he does that, he then spins it to make it look like he played three-dimensional chess against said Democrats. This man is, he's not, I want to say he's not even human. I know that's crazy, and don't y'all look at me like I'm fucking Alex Jones, okay? I'm not saying he's a lizard fuck. I ain't saying shit like that. What I'm saying is the man is not a normal human. Perhaps he's human, but he's not a normal human. This motherfucking guy. You know, it was funny. I was talking to my uncle the other day, and I made the comment that Trump has done so much shit over the past 4, 5, 6 fucking 30 years that you start naming things, and the longer you name things, the more it reminds you of other things. And I swear to God, I sat here the one day and I did it for about 20 minutes. It's like, oh shit, remember when he did that? Remember when he did this? Grab him by the pussy, hanging Andrew Jackson fucking paintings behind Native Americans, and calling someone Sacagawea at the same fucking press conference. This guy is you, you know, I feel like I'm an intellectual. An intellectual. But you know what? I gotta tell you. Oh my God. This guy breaks my brain. I'll be making a video where I'll be trying to say some shit about this guy, and it's like halfway through, it's almost like my brain just becomes a brain fart. Like, I don't know what I can say about this man and his administration that hasn't already been fucking said. What can you say about this guy? What, he's racist? He's misogynistic? He's a fucking pedophile? He's a fucking con man, a grifter, a tax evader? His hair is made from the foreskins of clowns and cotton candy. Like, this guy, there's so much that can be said. And I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes down to my opinion, that nothing I say about this guy is original. I could call him a clown, but fuck, didn't Joe Biden do that for me? Like, I don't feel like there's anything that can be said that hasn't been said. And it's frustrating, because right now, they're talking about impeaching him for the second time. And they all act like all these fucking politicians act like this shit is so surprising. Like, come on. Like, we haven't been looking at this guy for the last 4 years. What more evidence do you need that he's mentally unstable? I mean, shit, he's incited violence every opportunity he gets. He was telling people to take their Second Amendment rights. I think Pennsylvania, when they had the lockdown going. And this guy's incited violence numerous times. And not to, you know, play a broken record or beat a dead horse and all that, you know, but I was one of the first people, because as soon as the news broke about the Capitol Hill thing, right, I said, what if the motherfuckers were black? What if it was Black Lives Matter marching on the Capitol Hill, running through barricades and shit? Fuck you, man. You telling me that the fucking D.C. police wouldn't have fucking shot every one of them motherfuckers? There were 5 fatalities. 4 were cops. Think about that. 4 fatalities. 5 fatalities. 4 were police officers. 1 Trump supporter. 1 rioter was killed. But when there's Black Lives Matter fucking protests going on, every fucking night, you know, there'd be some fucking unnecessary murder. Some black dude just trying to, like, you know, get himself a Wendy's burger, and ends up getting shot in the back. Nah, yeah, I get it. He was drunk and sleeping in a car. You could twist that shit any way you want, but come on, man. Getting drunk and passing out while driving isn't warranted a death sentence. You don't get the death sentence for that. You don't get life in prison for that. You probably get, like, a slap on the wrist in 6 months, maybe, if it's, like, your first or second offense. But shit like that does not warrant death, execution. So yeah, black man, a little buzzed, trying to get himself a burger, falling asleep through the drive-thru. That motherfucker deserves to die. But Trump incites violence that leads to the death of 5 individuals. In my town, if I were to go on Facebook and create a post saying that I'm calling for the death and the lynching of our town's mayor or whatever, right, and it went out and happened, I would get fucking multiple felonies. They would get me for, like, felonious manslaughter and fucking inciting a mob, and the list would go on and on. But since I'm not a fucking fake one percenter, and since I'm not the president of the United fucking States, they throw a book at me. But look at this fucking clown, man. Do you remember when this son of a bitch said? Do you remember when the son of a bitch said that if he shot somebody in the middle of the street that he wouldn't lose a single fucking voter? You think he was joking? I know these dumb motherfuckers were laughing about that shit, but you think he was joking? You really think that he didn't mean that shit? Come on. Grow the fuck up, America. I'm so... for being the greatest country on this planet, there's a lot of fucking morons in this country, I swear to God. Even people who aren't Republicans or Trump supporters, man, these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. And I feel like I'm a fucking stranger in a strange land, and I don't know what to do except sit here and scream in the fucking darkness and in the fucking void. And I don't really know what else to say about this man other than he needs to be removed and stopped. And as much as I want to say that this is the end of him, I don't know if that's true. Yeah, he's a sneaky fucking snake in a fucking greasy oiled bag. This son of a bitch could run in 2024, even if they tell him he can't. I mean, think of this. Think of how slick this motherfucker is, making his son run for president or somebody else, and then being the puppet guy behind the scenes. This dude could be like a third party president just by like proxy. You know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucker could come up with some shit. And we could, like, literally deal with this guy for, like, the next 20 years. Oh, well, hey, variety, this guy's 80 fucking years old. Yeah, well, you know what? Shitty people sometimes live to be 100. Mitch McConnell, that son of a bitch, is turning purple from all the souls reaching up to him from hell. And you know what? He's still kicking, and he's still a disgusting slime ball. But you know what? Shitty people live to be very old sometimes. Don't think Trump's going to go away just because he's fucking 76 years old. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They say the good die young. This motherfucker's going to live for goddamn ever. I'm so jealous of my grandkids because, by the time that they're studying him in school, like he's going to be long dead. Fuck, I might be dead. And I miss a world where I miss BC before COVID. Now we're living AD after death, and shit is just fucked. But whatever, man. This is my little anecdotal rant. I thought y'all would want to hear it because there's a lot going on, and I know I'm just talking out the ass here, but sometimes it's just good to sit around and talk to somebody who's on the same level. And I feel like a lot of motherfuckers out there are on the same level as me, that they understand this shit. They understand that Trump's a fucking sociopath. And even if you might not know all the facts about everything, you at least have enough motherfucking pragmatic common sense to understand that this man is a danger to our democracy, to our economy, to our humanity, to our... Look at this guy. Jesus fucking Christ, he makes me want to puke. Anyway, variety here. We got the vagabond checking out our variety. So you know what? We got 7 days, till the 20th or some shit like that. So if this guy's getting kicked out, we're all gonna know soon. And I want to say some more stuff about this guy. I want to say some more stuff about that dumb motherfucker Pence. I want to say some dumb shit about Lindsey Graham. I want to say some dumb shit about Nancy Pelosi, because she's a piece of shit too. I'm sick of all these motherfuckers. But this one in particular is a goddamn clown. But anyway, I hope you fucking liked some of the shit I said. Smoked a little herb before I got on this video. Maybe smoke up. Chill out with me, hang out with me. Let's talk about this clown once in a while, Because, dude, I need someone to talk to, man. We're talking about, like, quarantine after quarantine after quarantine. I need a motherfucker to talk to. So, if you like this video, give me some suggestions on what you'd like to see me talk about next. Like and subscribe, ring the bell, or, fuck off and don't do any of that shit. But either way, keep it American, keep it cool, keep it chill. And God damn it, look forward to the future, because the future is nigh.